Hey guys, welcome back to another 1/18 scale model cars reviewed. As I mentioned last time, when I reviewed the blue Subaru Impreza rally car, this is my second rally car, which is a Mitsubishi Evolution 6 Rally Art Edition. They are both made by AUTOart and they are both die-cast model. So AUTOart has stopped producing these type of model car a long time ago. Nowadays you will only be able to find the model cars that's made of composite. So these two, being the die-cast version, they are becoming more and more collectible, and the value of them also has gone up quite a lot. And if you guys are interested in adding these two model cars into your collection, I'm sure you will still be able to find them on eBay from various sellers, but do you need to make sure that you are buying a model car that is in pristine condition. Make sure there's no scratches or damage on the bodywork. Make sure all the fine details like the antennas, they're all there, nothing is broken, otherwise they might not hold the value as much as one which is in perfect condition. I was quite lucky to be able to add these two cars to my collection from brand new, and I have been looking after the two model cars very well. It's basically to try to keep them in their boxes and to avoid the UV light, because the UV light tends to discolor the model car fairly quickly. So I hope you guys like the two model cars. What I will do, I'm going to show you guys the details of the Mitsubishi Evolution 6, and as you guys can see, looking at the front half, the top half of the Evolution looks a lot like an Evolution 5, but the lower bumper is definitely for the Evolution 6, and same as the rear, it looks Evolution 6, and I know some of them you won't have that extra reflector next to the number plate, so it will look like that, and some version of the Evolution 6 you will have the extra reflector as well. So let's take a look from the under chassis. You can see the AUTOart logo, some details on the underside, and it is a 1/18 scale Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 5-6. The model is crafted in China. The front half, you can see there is a nice molded skid plate protecting the underside of the engine. There is a reinforced crash guard in red. You can see the steering mechanism, but I don't see any suspension coil on this model, whereas these Subaru Impreza, each of the wheels, they have their own suspension coil, even though the suspension, they do not work, it's just for decoration purposes. But this Evolution 6 doesn't even have the suspension coil, but that's okay. And then to the rear, you can see there is another skid plate protecting the rear axle and the differential. You can see it there, and you can see the drive shaft right there, and the goldish brown color exhaust pipe that goes all the way to the rear exhaust tip. And then there is a sticker just basically remind you to remove the screw before you attempt to open the rear trunk, but I've done that already. So the underside is pretty nice, it's very neat. You can see all of those details as well. You can see the anti-roll bar right here. So now we will take a look around the Evolution 6. So at the front you can see the headlights, they are fairly detailed. You can see right through to the bulb, which is right in the middle. Very cool. The side indicator, they are quite nice as well, very reflective. There is a Mitsubishi logo in the middle of the mesh, and that is a printed on mesh, but it is printed on a semi see-through plastic. Same as the underside, you can see the Mitsubishi logo on the radiator as well. So that is a semi-transparent plastic that you could see right through to the engine bay. The lower bumper, you can see there is a number plate, AUTOart stickers, Michelin, as well as some other livery. On the right hand side of the bumper you have the air outlet vent. On the right, or on the left hand side, you have the air duct, and there is an additional opening on the right hand side of the vehicle as well. Now looking on the bonnet, you can see there's another 2 vents, and these are also printed on a semi-transparent plastic. You can see right through to the engine with the red engine cover as well. There is a side outlet which is also printed on vent on semi see-through plastic. Further up on the bonnet you have the 2001 Rally Monte Carlo sticker with the official racing number 7, which matched the side door number. And there's also a E sticker. I think it stands for the electrical emergency power cut button, which is underneath the bonnet. And then you can see the signature AUTOart livery running from the edge of the bonnet all the way through the side to the rear light. On the bonnet there's also 2 locking pins. They are just for decoration purposes. On the Subaru Impreza, those pins are actually painted in silver. Let me show you. And on the Evo 6 they are just painted in red. There's also the windscreen washer in black as well. So looking at the windscreen, there are 2 molded windscreen wiper. The windscreen itself is transparent plastic with the black outline. The top of the windscreen you can see the Mitsubishi logo as well as a strip of silver visor. And then towards the top there is an air duct with the rallyart.com sticker. And then you can see the racing number 7 and the AUTOart sticker on the roof, together with the 2 antennas. On the side you can see there are more sponsor logo and the driver name printed on the rear window. On the left hand side you have a Rally style side view mirror with the reflective sticker. Pretty cool. And on the right hand side you don't get the AUTOart style mirror, it's just blank, but you do have the similar stickers on the front door, and again the racing driver's name printed on the rear window. The door handles, they are not printed on, they are actually separate piece of plastic in black. the side window, you can see them both front and rear. They have the plastic window so the dust won't get inside to the interior. And you can see there is a black trim on the underside of the side window, and the rear window also have some additional details as well, and it is the same on the other side. Now looking at the wheel, you can see the tire tread mark. The tire wall has the Michelin logo. The wheel itself is pretty nice. Printed AUTOart, and then you can see the center cap and the locking nuts as well. And behind the wheel, you can see the shiny silver brake disc, which rotates with the wheel and is spin through the brake caliper. And you can see the caliper labeled as AP Racing. It's very nice. And similar to the rear wheel, tire wall is marked with Michelin. The wheel is marked as AUTOart with the same center cap and locking nuts detail. And then you can see there is a smaller brake disc behind the wheel that spins through the AP Racing brake caliper as well. It's very cool. And then towards the end you have the AUTOart sticker, Spirit of Competition, and the bigger Michelin sticker as well. And then you have the Mitsubishi logo on the rear wing. The rear view window, you have the Mitsubishi logo at the top. You have the heating element throughout the glass, and then you have the Rally Monte Carlo 2001 number 7 on the glass as well, which is really cool. And then to the rear you have some pretty decent brake lights with indicator and reverse light. There is an additional brake light bar on the lower wing of the rear wing, and you can see there are 2 locking clips for the rear trunk as well. And then you have the Michelin logo as well as the number plate, and the lower bumper is split into red and white color, and you can see the exhaust tip as well, which is gold on the outside and black in the inside. It's very cool. So now let's take a look at the inside details. So we'll look at the bonnet. So you can see the 2 hinges. The underside of the bonnet is painted in white. You can see the mesh, which are separate pieces of molded plastics. You can see the reinforced structure on the underside as well. The engine bay is pretty cool. You can see the Mitsubishi engine cover with double overhead cam, 16 valve. The tower of this front suspension, they are printed in silver, and then you can see the airbox and some cabling, some reservoir, the air duct in blue and red, and you can also see the front radiator right there, which is very cool. Next we will look at the rear trunk. So again, it has got the 2 hinges, and inside you can see there is a blue container, and there's also some wiring and the fuel tank. I think that might be the fuel management system, and the blue canister I'm not 100% sure, but it might be to do with the adjustable suspension. It's just a guess. If you know what that is, please let me know in the comment. It's pretty detailed rear trunk, and you can see the underside of the trunk cover is also showing the reinforced structure, which is really cool. Now let's take a look at the interior. So you can see the door card is just mainly black with some details of the winding mechanism for the side window, as well as the unlock mechanism for opening the door. Might be able to see it better from this side. It's pretty cool. The door seal, you can see there is a crash bar protecting the co-pilot, and on the other side you will see the crash bar again protecting the rally driver, and inside you can see the racing chairs with the 5-point harnesses and the Seatbelt logo, and you can see the racing chair brand is the OHP, and then you can see Timmy Mäkkinen's name and then AUTOart logo underneath, and then on the other side you can see his teammate's name printed on the headrest. It's very cool. You can see the handbrake is painted in a metallic blue color, and the gear shifter in black. Steering wheel is pretty nice. It's wrapped in the fabric material, same as the dash. The whole dashboard is covered with the similar type of material like the steering wheel and the racing chair. And on the back side of the racing chair, where you see the yellowish color, that's actually trying to replicate the carbon fiber pattern. The dash is fairly basic. You can see the indentation, but there's only one sticker showing the speedometer or just the rev counter. I can't really tell from this angle. And then you have the indicator and the windscreen wiper lever behind the steering wheel, and there are 3 pedals on the underside for the accelerator, brake and clutch. And then you also have the rear view mirror at the top, and you can see the full roll cage inside the cabin, and you can see there is a spare wheel inside where the rear seats are. It's very cool. And you can see the 5-point safety harnesses is connected to the rear of the roll cage. The spare wheel is right there in the middle. Very, very nice. On the right hand side there is also a fire extinguisher as well, and you can also see the details on the dash, which AUTOart has made more effort in coloring those buttons as well, but at least they are all there. Now I'm going to open the rear door. And you can see the roll cage, the spare wheel, and the roll cage as well. And also the backing of the racing seats. You can see the yellowy color, trying to replicate the carbon fiber back. And it should be the same on the left hand side as well. Let me just open that. There you go. It's very cool detailing in this Mitsubishi Evolution 6. So what I would do, I'll try and prop the rear trunk opened, as well as the front engine bay. And I'll turn the spinning top back on. So that's pretty much it, everything inside the Mitsubishi Evolution 6. I hope you guys like the details on the model car. I personally really like this model car, especially the engine bay. I think the engine bay is really nicely done. Let me remind you of the Subaru Impreza. I think the Mitsubishi Evolution 6 has a better engine bay comparing to the Subaru Impreza. Do you agree? So they both have their pros and cons. The Subaru Impreza, they have the suspension coil behind each of the wheels, whereas the Mitsubishi Evolution 6 doesn't. But the Evo 6 engine bay looks nicer than the Subaru Impreza. The interior is pretty much the same. The dash, the steering wheel, the racing seats are all covered in a cloth-like material. So both cars has the same features. They both have the full roll cage inside the cabin. The Mitsubishi Evolution 6 has a full spare wheel with tire at the back, whereas the Subaru Impreza doesn't. So I think they both have their good and bad, but I like the two together a lot. I think they go really well together, and definitely they stand out in my display cabinet comparing to the other supercar or hypercars, because with the livery they just look a bit more colorful comparing to the other model cars I have in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoy this review video. If you haven't seen the review of the Subaru Impreza, then you will be able to find it on my channel, or I can add the link on the description below. If you like the review video, please give me a like. If you guys have any questions or comments that you would like to add, then feel free to add them to the comment box below. So until next time, have fun with your model car collection and building of your scale model. I will try and find another interesting model car in my collection to review in my next video. If you guys have any specific request, and if I do happen to have that model car in my collection, then I will find time to record it to show you as well. So until my next video, whenever it may be, take care, have fun with your collection, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now, guys.